Capital One. Am I coming back? Am I declining? Am I staying? For those of you who know my history with Capital One, it hasn't been the greatest as of late. I do have to give them respect in the beginning. But nevertheless, I'm going to explain to you what the plan was with regards to a Capital One credit card, what card I apply for, the reasons why I apply for it, and what's happening currently right now with the card. So stay tuned. My name is Jay, and welcome to Ask a Debt Collector, a subsidiary of Clear and Strategic. Now, I've been in the debt collection industry for over 15 years. I've done it all, from management to owning 2 debt collection companies. Over the last 10 years, I've been the go-to guy for friends and family for questions regarding debt and credit. Now I want to be that person for you. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. Let's go. So, ultimately, I think the last time I talked about Capital One, I was so upset. I had the Capital One Savory card. I was so upset about what transpired. But in order to understand this journey, I have to tell you from the beginning, right? So let's talk about from the beginning. So Capital One, just in case somebody at Capital One ever gets this video, one thing I do want to say to you guys is I am grateful. It was the first credit card I ever applied for. You guys didn't even send me the actual invitation to actually sign up for a Capital One credit card. It was actually a friend who said, oh no, I don't need this card. I just got it. I filled out the information. I ended up getting approved for about $300. Fast forward some time, I had the card probably about 3 years at this time span. It was always maxed out. They gave me a credit increase of about $3,000 at the time when I was ready to pay the balance off. Or maybe, I went from $3, I think I went to $500. I'm getting $500, and then I was gonna pay that off. And then when I went to look, to my surprise, it was at $3,000. Of course, at this time span, I did not have much knowledge on how to use credit cards. I wasn't using credit cards like your debit cards. I was using them just to spend on stuff that I couldn't necessarily afford to pay in cash for the time right now. So I bought couch, I bought a bunch of other stuff, ended up maxing out the card. Eventually, the payment got too high at the time. I just couldn't afford to pay it. I had lost a job or whatnot, and the account defaulted and ended up going to collections, right? And so that was my relationship. So I thank you guys for giving me the credit card. Fast forward some time, I think it was probably about 5-6 years after the account was in collections, and I think it's off my credit report or whatnot at this time span. I applied again. I got the Capital One Savory card. They started out with $1,000 limit with that credit card. And, at that time span, I'm building up my credit. I believe I was in the low 7s, but nevertheless, I accepted the $1,000. I had the card from 2019 to about 2021. I think I had the card about 2 years. And every time I request for an increase, they never gave it to me. Every other credit card that I had, every 6 months, I request for a credit increase, and I got it. And I got it high, and they kept my balance at $1,000. So I got frustrated with the person on the phone. He basically said, yeah, ain't nothing you can do. I said I wanted to cancel it, trying to bluff him. And to be honest with you, he was quick to be, okay, let's cancel it. Started the stuff. And it was like whoever I got on the phone, he just wanted to cancel the account. I don't know. But nevertheless, when I got him back on the phone, I was like, yeah, so I just wanted to know, he's like, I already canceled your account. And I was just like, okay, fine. Forget you guys. I'm done. I did a video on that. Maybe I'll throw that down in the description. Nevertheless, fast forward about a year after. And so now I decided to sign up for the Capital One, their Quick Silver card, right? This card right here, Quick Silver Capital One card. I got approved for the card. At the time when I signed up, or when I saw the promotion, because I get emails and stuff from them because I used to have them before, and they basically gave me, showed a promotional offer, right? Where it was like earn a one-time $200 cash bonus once you've spent $500 on purchases in the first 3 months. Now, with the holidays coming up, my thought process was, well, what could I spend $500 on and get $200 back, which basically give you a discount. So you'll, whatever merchandise or whatever it is that you buy, you get for $300. Now, this is one of the strategies that I teach every single client that I have once we're building your credit, to apply for credit cards that are going to best benefit you, depending on what your FICO score is and what your spending habits are. So if you want to find out more with regards to that, if your credit's in the 4, the 5s, or 600s, you need credit repair, sign up for a 20-minute free consultation. So now let's move forward. As I thought about it, I kept getting, stuff from Capital One. And to be honest with you, I didn't like my relationship with them. And I was just like, nah, I don't want to do it. But once I saw this promotional offer, it was basically, you spend $500 in 3 months, you get $200 back. I was trying to find something I could spend $500 in a one lump sum payment with the holidays coming, that I was going to obviously pay some type of gift or something with belongs to that. And then I figured I would get $200 off, right? So it's like I spent $300 on whatever I spent up to $500 because I'll get that credit back, obviously after the 3 months, but it still looked at the same way in my mind. So not only that, they had something else where you got 15 months with 0 APR for the first year. And I'm always big on those type of credit cards. So I applied, I got approved for $3,000, which was low. And I thought, normally I'm getting 10 grand, maybe at the low end, 7,500 and above. So to get $3,000, I was just like, all right, whatever. All right. But the $500 fee is what I figured I would buy, my kids either Xbox or PlayStation for Christmas, and basically I'll get $200 off of it. Why not? And so when I looked at the card, when it came, I was like, all right, cool, I got it. Now I haven't activated the card yet. And when I got it, I'm looking on the app, and I'm looking, and it's not giving me the introductory rate. It's not giving me that 0% interest rate for the first 15 months or anything along those lines. So I called up the company for 2 reasons. I wanted to know why my balance was at $3,000 and why I didn't get the spend $500, get $300 back. Now, let me explain something to you guys. I feel like because I had an account with them many years ago, this was probably like in 2005 or 6, where I had the $3,000 limit and I did not pay it. I almost feel like that is hindering me with Capital One. For those of you who have Capital One credit cards, if you think that may be it, comment down below. I'm brand new with Capital One. I'm an expert when it comes to American Express, but I'm brand new with Capital One. So I'm trying to figure this thing out. And so I'm thinking that maybe because of what I did in the past, that's why they gave me the $1,000 before when everyone else was giving me higher balances. And this time around, they only gave me $3,000. When I actually applied for another credit card about 3 days ago, where I got approved for $18,000. And I'll do a video and explain why I chose to apply for this credit card and so forth. But nevertheless, I have that. I haven't activated the card. They gave me a toll-free number to speak to someone in that who does like their underwriting or whatnot. So I'm going to go that route. I'm going to, call the number, figure out, why, number one, I only got approved for the limit that I got approved for, which is $3,000. And I know for a lot of people that's, a nice amount. But when you're used to getting approved for $7,500 or above, then that's not a nice amount. And these are the things that I strategize with, but I like to use myself as an example to explain to you what's going on. So I'm going to try and figure out why I got a low balance and why I'm not getting those 2 introductory rates. Spend $500, get $200 back, and 0 APR for 15 months. And then at that time span, because I haven't activated the account, depending on what transpires at that time span, if it makes sense, then I'll keep the card. If not, I'll get rid of it. But that is the key, right? When your credit profile is where it needs to be. Yes, they gave me, I don't even think it. Matter of fact, because I had an account with Capital One before, I'm not even sure with this account, okay, they gave me a hard inquiry. I dropped 5 points. Whoop-de-doo. I was at an 808, and now I'm at 801. It's not much of a change in that aspect, but the reality is because I built my profile and got it to a place to where, one, inquiry ding against my credit profile is not going to hurt me. Plus, within 3 to 6 months of making the payments on the credit card, it's going to go up. If I decide not to use a credit card, it's not going to necessarily hurt me. I apply for the only other credit card that I've applied for, and I'm not going to apply for anything else between now and the end of the year until the first of the year. But stay tuned to see what happens with Capital One. I'm not all that familiar with them. Yes, it was my first credit card, but I defaulted. I got another credit card. I only had a $1,000 limit. They didn't give me any more. And now I got this credit card here where they only gave me $3 grand. I didn't get the introductory 15 months as well as the spend 5, get 2 back credit. So I'm going to contact them. I'll do another video explaining what probably transpired. And for those of you who are out there who in the credit world who may have an idea, put it down in the comment section. I'm curious to know, why they're viewing me the way that they're viewing me, unlike other creditors, right? When I build up my credit profile and so forth. I'm guessing it's probably because I had bad blood with them a long time ago, but you never know. So I'm going to make that call. I'm going to do another video on this maybe tomorrow, and I'll upload that and let you guys see that. Now, if you have any questions about credit or debt, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. And like I always say to every single person, you be great.